Sure, sure, sure. Sure, sure, sure. All right, once again, good morning there, ladies and gentlemen. Nanaskaman kay Teyak. Kung kipili win of swagan at Nochka Gasipaya, I'd like to thank the elders for lifting the pipe for us here this morning. To our grand entry portion here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call all our dignitaries, all our chiefs, all council from Pasqua, Muscowpetung, Piapot Nations, First Nations to start making their way over to the grand entry here once again. We thank our elders for lifting that pipe, all of Iron Eagle, Jeremy, pipe carrier, Jeremy LaValle, and Bruce Capo for bringing us together here once again. So all of those involved with the grand entry, the Tri-Nation grand entry, please make your way over to the area over there. We're going to start here very shortly. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming here. We'd like to thank our leads from the Pasqua First Nation. Trina Sear, our lead, took part here from the Muscowpetung, representing Muscowpetung First Nation was Charity Piapot. And representing Piapot was Councillor Nicole Crow. We thank you for bringing us all together here and making sure that this happens. I'd like to thank our sound, IHOPs, our photographer from the FHQ, Mike Dubois, and right here, our own homegrown photographer, Eric Anaqua. All right, so all those dignitaries, please make your way to the grand entry over there. We're going to honor you. I believe we have Mayor Chad Baczynski from Regina. I do believe. Welcome, welcome. Bienvenue, bienvenue. Ladies and gentlemen, in a we're witnessing history here. As the Tri-Nation community came together here, the Muscowpetung Saulteaux Nation, the Piapot First Nation, and the Pasqua First Nation came up with a motto: together we rise, together we protect our communities, together we build a better tomorrow for our nation. Again, this was the Tri-Nation Community Safety Initiative is a nation-to-nation partnership between these three nations. It was born from a shared vision and understanding that community safety challenge did not stop at the community boundaries, but began as a vision initiated by Chief Melissa Tavida has grown into a formal commitment through a Tri-Nation Memorandum of Understanding. The signing here today of the Memorandum of Understanding marks the movement from discussion and planning into official shared partnership to keep these three communities safe. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give all these nations a big round of applause for the shared vision that they have here on behalf of the nation.
Can I put this on the mic?
Yeah, wherever you want to do that.
Just so you hold that like that. I'm going to improvise real quick.
Yeah. What's that for?
Just so it's clear volume, because it sounds really
okay. Oh yes. Can you what flags are all on there? Do they have the Pasqua flag?
It's on one.
Okay. Do they have the Muscowpetung flag? Where's the Piapot flag? Burl Cashwater, we need you over here real quick. Bruce Capo. Need your flag. Where's your flag? Where's your flag? In there? No flag? that is, yeah. We need their flag. Your flag is over there. We got the poles. So once again, just bear with us there, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very important event here. We want to make sure that everything's done in a proper way. The nations came together through a shared vision. Again, we would like to represent them in a good way here as they carry in their eagle staffs and their flags of their nation that are represented here today. So if you could just bear with us a few more minutes as we prepare for our grand entry. Just give it to anybody that their chiefs. Chiefs would be good, for So then this. So this, we need those flag things like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's good. There's 6 right here, yes? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Check. Check. Nabby. All right, friends and relatives, please rise here once again as we honor the eagle staffs of the 3 nations that come together here to represent our tri-nation agreement here. As we go to one of our visiting drum groups on the Muscowpetung, ladies and gentlemen, to sing us that grand entry song, Ahamboy Sag Nigamuk. Skata Tinawa, Kitayak, Onamitawak, Okamawak, Opslaganak. We thank each and every one of you for coming here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give our tri-nation communities a big round of applause. Together we rise. Together we protect our communities. Together we build a better tomorrow for our communities. Hakkaha! Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That's our grand entry for our Tri-Nation. My relatives, we're going to ask you to please remain standing as we are representing on the Treaty 4 territory. We're going to go back to our singers, our visiting drum group, and ask them to render us that song that signifies the treaty territory that we are on, which is the Treaty 4 territory. So please rise, please stand, remain standing as we go down to our singers here to render us that Treaty 4 song. Ahoy, Sak. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this Treaty 4 flag song was composed from our Niwakumaganak, Ochini Hiopwat, from our relatives from the Piapot First Nation. The words in that song are, the Great Mother gave us this flag to fly in the wind forever. Kahkigi minagahkigi. For as long as we are here, this flag will always fly in the wind. It signifies the territory that we are on. It's very appropriate that's being sung here today as part of our Tri-Nation Community Safety Initiative, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you. once again for joining us on this very commemorative day here on behalf of these three Tri-Nation. Without further ado, we're going to go to that victory song, 2 push-ups for those flags that we have here, the Eagle staff, that we are still here, ladies and gentlemen. Kaya Piapot, Takitayan, no, Ahamboy Sag, Negamok. Thank you very much there to our drum group here, our little young boys. Once again, we thank you. That's what we're about here, ladies and gentlemen, about our future, our children here. We'd like to thank that youth drum group for coming. We're going to allow our chiefs to sit down here. We're going to introduce our Eagle staff people, our flag carriers. So Chief Davida, Fox, and Iron Eagle, you can sit at the front here. We'll let those chiefs, after they're done shaking hands. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to introduce our Eagle staff carriers from the Pasqua First Nation. Let's give them a big round of applause. Councillor Lloyd Canapes. Lindsay Canapes. Want to grab that Eagle staff? From the Muscowpetung Soto Nation, representing Muscowpetung Soto Nation, carrying in their Eagle staff, ladies and gentlemen. I'll let them shake hands first. As they're shaking hands, ladies and gentlemen, I'll share a little bit about how we came together. Our relatives from the East, centuries ago, created the great law of peace. They wanted to strengthen their community ties. They wanted to create unity amongst their nations. And that's what the Tri-Nation is doing here today. They're following the model of the great law of peace and creating their own Tri-Nation community safety initiative. They came together once again. The initiative is about prevention, healing, family wellness, and policing. It's led by the nations. The nation-led justice committees, guided policies, bylaw development, and constitutional alignment. This is the dreams and the vision of the three nations that came together. They collaborated with elders. They collaborated with the youth. They collaborated with the community, the justice, the health education, CFS, policing. They collaborated with them and asked, what would you like to see for our communities? What is it that we need? They came together to share action on developing plans that'll fight the drug and alcohol abuse amongst our nations, the gang activities amongst our nations, the drug dealers, the emergency response that we need that's happening in the File Hills area. They come together, and the community safety infrastructure. We have a long road ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen, but through the leadership and the community involvement, they said we'll come together to make sure that this initiative happens, that it does not die out, that we keep going, that this vision that happened between the three nations carries on from this day forth through the signing of this MOU. All right, we're going to introduce our Lindsay, carrying in the Pasqua Eagle staff, Lindsay Canapes. Chris, grab it and put it up here. Carrying in on behalf of Piapot First Nation, ladies and gentlemen, Cliff Campbell. Carrying in the Piapot Eagle staff on behalf of Piapot, once again, Elwyn Foray. Carrying in the Muscowpetung Eagle staff from the Piapot First Nation, ladies and gentlemen, Garrett LaValle. Carrying in the Piapot flag, ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a big round of applause. Tracy Deserly, veteran Tracy Deserly. Carrying in the Pasqua First Nation flag, ladies and gentlemen, Nora Madill, Atakaku First Nation. What's this guy's name? Hey, Eric, what's his name? Police, what's your name? Oh, I should have known that. Staff Sergeant Drew Wagner carrying in the Muscowpetung flag. Let's give them all a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Councillors and chiefs, you can take your spots there. Chiefs, we need the 3 chiefs up here. Your council members can go to their spots here once again. You're first. That's anybody's. So ladies and gentlemen, a lot of questions have been asked about how this came about. I'd like to thank Councillor Nicole Crow from the Piapot First Nation for providing, there's sheets out there that have the Tri-Nation Community Safety Initiative, the timeline. If you all want a timeline history, so if you want to take a little bit of history, it's all out there. Their sheets will be out on the tables and around there of how we came about from the time the first talk started to the signing today. So you'll all have a little bit of history to take home with you to share with your family and community members. Before I call our first speaker here, ladies and gentlemen, the Tri-Nation MOU signing at the Muscowpetung Powell Arbor began for a call for unity and has grown through the contributions of the 3 nations. The work responds to real community concerns, addictions, gang, violence, youth vulnerability, drugs, emergency response, and the policing gaps. The partnership not only is about policing, it's also about culture, healing, elders, youth, women, prevention, and accountability. Today marks the day of the MOU signing that they're going to be entering into a formal agreement about the commitment that they have for each of their nations. Ladies and gentlemen, again, let's give them a big round of applause, our 3 chiefs here. We're going to call our first chief, our host chief from the Muscowpetung Stoughton Nation, to bring some opening remarks. Chief Melissa Tavita. I'm gonna get some tobacco.
Good morning. I just want to thank everybody that put this together today. I want to thank the people who smoked pipe this morning. Thank you for donations. When we were praying, I prayed really hard for all 3 nations, for healing and for unity. We just came through an election period that really broke our nation, and it was hard. And it's hard for our people to come back after elections. So I think today was needed to pray for all of our communities, pray for that healing and pray for that unity. Yesterday we had Treaty Day, and it was really good to see the positive vibes and the happy faces. And it made me remember why I want to be in this position, to see our people happy, to see our people coming together and helping, because that's what it's about. It's about making our nations better. I always quote Donald Trump when he says, "Let's make America great again," because I really believe that about Muscowpetung and Pasqua and Piapot, is that we can make our nations great with a strong leadership, with people that want to put the work in. We've all lost somebody close to us in our nations, and we all struggle to figure out how we can do this. And one day when I was thinking about it, I was asking, how can we do this when everything that affects Muscowpetung, affects Piapots, affects Pasquas? We're all so close-knit. We're all so close together. And I've always wanted to sit with the two chiefs because I think it's important. When you work together, you can move forward together, and you can do amazing things. And already, we've been teaching each other as we go along with our meetings. We've been learning from Pasqua. We've been learning from Piapots. What affects them affects us as well, and we're trying to prevent. We're trying to help our people that are lost in addictions. We're trying to help our people that are dealing in our communities, because it's our communities that are affected, our nations that are affected. And I think it's going to take 3 nations to help. I think it's going to take a whole bunch of brains to come together to make sure that we're doing the right thing for our people. So I'm thankful that Pasquas and Piapots wanted to work with Muscowpetung, because we can't do this alone. We need to do this together, and I'm grateful for the support. I'm grateful for the staff that came to put this together. I know it's not easy, and I know we had our staff running around yesterday and this morning, but I'm grateful for those people because they care about their nation and they care about moving forward. So I thank everybody for coming here today, and I just want to say thank you to the 2 chiefs and the counselors. You guys are important, and you guys are decision makers in your nation, so let's do what we can for all 3 nations. Thank you. Kichi miigwech.
Thank you, Chief Melissa Tavita. Our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, from the Piapot First Nation, we're going to call Chief Mark Fox.
Morning. Tanse, I'm going to throw out a little bit of Cree here. Tanse na wakamaganak, Kitayak, Oskayak, all the singers, the dancers, Nanaskamun, Kapeto te Kakia, Sinuak, Egwa mio Kisagao, Ota, as the good Lord shines down the bright sun and his love and his warmth. I'm very grateful for that. My name is Chief Fox, and I'm proudly from Piapot Nation next door. I'd like to give thanks to Muscowpetung Nation, our relatives, for hosting this event here today, the signing of the MOU. Give thanks to Pasqua Nation, Chief Arneagle and his council. I thank you very much, and all your people that are here. I want to give thanks to my council, all our members that are here. Thank you for coming and supporting this today. It makes us feel good. I've been counting this day down for a long, long time. Since our second meeting when Piapot hosted at the Atlas. It was at the Atlas, eh? Yeah, the Atlas Hotel. And we decided that we're going to sign an MOU amongst the 3 nations, and I've been counting down this day since then. I want to give thanks to all the organizers that made this event happen, this historic day happen, for setting up and coming for the last couple days, for the last few weeks. We put together, I believe it was 2 or 3 from each nation to continue to talk and to plan this day. I want to give thanks to our tribal chief, Jeremy Fourhorns, from my nation, from coming here today and supporting us 3 nations. Nanaskamun. I want to give thanks to our Vice Chief, Dutch Lara, who is also here. Thank you for coming and supporting 3 of the 74 nations of Saskatchewan here today. I also want to give thanks to the media. Thank you for coming and reporting this day today. And I ask that you give a good story of 3 nations coming together as one to make a better life for our youth, our elders, our communities, to make it safe. I give thanks to the pipe carriers, the Ospagan, for lifting that Ospagan and calling on God, the Creator, to bless us here today, to bless this signing. When I gave our pipe carrier from Piapot, the Chistamas, Igua, the print, the Wipana sin, I asked him to ask God, the Creator, to watch down upon us and to bless this day, that as three nations can move forward in a good way, that we can work together, as Chief Tavita has said, so that we could support one another, and to bless everybody that is here, to bless our visitors that come to support the nations, that we'll all have safe travels back to our home fires, to our people, our families, our children, our grandchildren, our partners, our wives, our husbands. That's what I ask for those blessings today. I also like to say, last Tri-Nation meeting, we honored Chief Melissa Tavita with a star blanket. One of the biggest gifts you can get amongst our people is getting the blanket. The blanket was replaced with the buffalo robe. And the reason why it's the highest honor is because what it took to take down a buffalo back in the day of our people when they roamed this land. They had to scout it, they had to hunt it, they had to kill it. And they had to make that hide. A lot of work. That's why it's one of the biggest honors. And today, since there's not much buffalo, we use the blanket, whether it's a star blanket, a Pendleton blanket, or any other blanket. So we honored Chief Tavita with a blanket at the last Tri-Nation meeting, and thanking her because she was the chief that took the step forward and called our nations together to sit and to talk with her council, with Pasqua Council, Piapot Council, to come to this day here today to plan a better life, a better safer community for us. Today doesn't only represent the signing of a piece of paper or a document. It's three nations coming together as we have kinship. We have ceremony. We have the same challenges that we face every day, from safety to addictions to mental health to protecting our youth, violence prevention and community well-being. This MOU is going to build a stronger three nations through our cooperation, our respect amongst each other, and standing together instead of standing alone. We come to protect one another, to protect our future generations. We honor our chiefs who stood before us. My chief, Piapot, I honor him and I acknowledge him today and thank him for all he did for us when we were put on reserves over 150 years ago, for standing up and keeping our ceremonies, the Sundance, the Sweat Lodge, the many ceremonies that we have. That's what's continuing to guide us, to give us the strength that we need to move forward in a good way and to continue to cut that trail for well-being, for health, for economic development, for prosperity. We as a people were not meant to be down, to be crawling, having a hard life. We're meant to be stand, to walk proud and hold our head high. That's why our chiefs signed the treaties. Today we rise together, we protect our communities together, and we build a better tomorrow. With that, the Naskamun, hi, all my relations.
Thank you very much, dear Chief Mark Fox from the Piapot First Nation. We're going to go to our next speaker here, ladies and gentlemen, part of the Tri-Nation Chiefs. Let's welcome him here as he gives us some welcome remarks from the Pasqua First Nation, Chief Fabian Iron Eagle. Thank you.
Ready? Ready to go? Can you hear me? It's on? Okay, first of all, I'd like to say Manoa Pani Tiniwe Maginak. Good morning, my relatives. The chiefs that spoke before me, you know, they talked about the importance of this agreement, this memo of understanding. And it was a discussion that we had to have at our council table, I think, more than once. And then the council did decide to move forward with this memorandum of understanding and join the other two nations. And like the other chief said, moving forward, I think when I think of moving forward, I think about utilizing existing services that we have on our nations. Prevention is one of them, and our NADAP program, I think our health program overall works quite closely with our members. But it is a historical time for sure. For the three of us to get together and start this initiative, and I applaud Chief Tavita's efforts in making this a reality. Let's give her a hand. And of course, all the people that do all the work behind the scenes. You know, there's people from Pasqua, Muscowpetung, and Piapot that made, and Chief Tavita made mention of it, that made this event happen today. I'd like to welcome the elders that are here. I'd also like to acknowledge the elders for raising their pipe today. The other chiefs, the other council members from Muscowpetung and Piapot, and our visitors from the media. And Chief Tavita mentioned this is a good story. It is a good story. Hopefully you'll put some good words in there for us and the work that we're doing. With that, Semegwich.
Thank you very much there, Chief Iron Eagle from the Pasqua First Nation. You know, his counselor were telling me to tell him what to do. He used to, before he became chief, I would always tell him what to do, but now that he's chief, I can't do that. All right, we're going to call our next speaker here, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our chiefs. They said we'd like our tribal chief from the FHQ Tribal Council to bring some welcoming remarks here to Chief Jeremy Forhorn. We have a whole list. We also got some gift giving to do here too, ladies and gentlemen, so just bear with us. And our final act is going to be signing of the MOU. So media, all the photographers that want to slowly get ready and start getting your cameras adjusted. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's give them a big round of applause once again. FHQ Tribal Chief, Chief Jeremy Forhorn.
Thank you, Jeff. I want to start by acknowledging our Creator for this day, for all of us to be here and be in good health, as healthy as we could be. Acknowledge our pipe carriers, Mr. Lavalley, Mr. Capo, Mrs. Iron Eagle, for lifting that pipe for us, for speaking for us, for opening that door, to speak with our Creator for a brief time, for what it is that we're doing here. I acknowledge Muscowpetung Chief and Council for pulling this event together, for bringing our three nations together. In the world that we live in today, it's very important to collaborate. And that's what our nations are doing. And it's really good to see our three nations doing that. I'm very proud of our nations for getting together, to work more closely together for the benefit of all our three nations. You know, our communities, as our chief said earlier, we're very tight-knit in some ways, whether it's through family, whether it's through marriage, whether it's through different interests that we have because we're side by side by side. And it's very, very important for us to realize that when we think in our past, when we think about who was it that came to help us and support us in our past when our nations went through hard times, it was really only ourselves, our relatives that come and help us. It was really only our nations that took that time. When Piapot, when we had our water plant burned down, for an example, and we had no water, It was Muscowpetung Saulteaux Nation that opened that door and allowed our people to continue to have water, to look after themselves. It's that type of spirit that the three nations are gathering to do here today. That's what's important at the end of the day. You know, we all have the same goal of what we want to see for our people. It's the same goal. We might disagree on how we go about getting to that goal, but if we can sit down and talk it out, we're going to get to that goal together, and that's what today is. I want to acknowledge, you know, Chief Tavita, Chief Iron Eagle, Chief Fox, and our colleague Vice Chief Lara. You know, for myself and Vice Chief Lara, it's just an honor to be here, to be a part of this celebration, to be a part of this event, this very important moment in time. So with that, I don't want to take up too much time. On behalf of our Tribal Council, File Hills Capel Tribal Council, and the other 8 nations that aren't here today, you know, I bring greetings, salutations, and really those wishes, those feelings of making this work, to see this go forward in a good spirit. Aye, aye.
Good word. Thank you very much there, Tribal Chief Jeremy Four Horns. All right, we're going to call our next speaker here, ladies and gentlemen, from the FSIN. We're going to call forth the FSIN Vice Chief Dutch Lara to bring some welcome remarks here on behalf of the Federation of Sovereign Indigenous Nation. You know, we're hearing good words from all our chiefs here, ladies and gentlemen. Mama, we got to work together here. And that's what we're doing here today. After the signing here today, these 3 chiefs are going to go to their tables. They're going to go to their council. They're going to come back to their communities and build safer communities for each and every one of us. I heard conversations this morning about people saying it would be great to come home to a safe community. It'd be great to come home to a welcoming community. And that's what we're doing here today, ladies and gentlemen. We brought these chiefs here, all of us here together to share that vision, not only with amongst themselves, but with each and every one of us. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause, FSIN Vice Chief Dutch Lara.
Bring down the house. Thank you, Jeffrey, and good morning to all of our respected elders, our Katayak that have come here to join us. I want to acknowledge as well the pipe carriers this morning and for the opening. Our drum groups, the youth that are here around that sacred drum, we acknowledge you as well. I want to acknowledge all of the community champions from the area. I want to acknowledge you for your work within the communities. You don't have to be an elected leader to be a community champion, to be a leader. So we acknowledge each and every one of you. I want to acknowledge as well our chiefs and our councillors, our local elected ones, those that are visiting. I know Chief Josh from Cowes is here, and we're here on my Cowes hat for a minute here. We're here to come and witness, not only witness this, but to come and support whichever way we can, because we come from some of your relatives to the east, and as Chief Jeremy had said, we're all related along this valley in Treaty 4, interrelated somehow, somewhere, someplace. I want to acknowledge our red coats that are here, very much part of our treaty signing, and also thank you for providing that service to our community right now. I want to bring you all, each and every one of you, greetings on behalf of your organization, 75 years old, Federation of Saskatchewan Indian Nations, Sovereign Indian Nations. It's evolved over time, and it will continue to evolve. And it's through leadership that sit around the table and sit around in this wonderful arbor that are going to make that change and carry that change after we have done what we can do. I want to acknowledge, of course, our great leader, Chief Jeremy Four Horns, and thank you for those words. And oops, there goes the agenda. and my train has been derailed. So we'll continue. We're here. Acknowledge, bring your greetings on behalf of your organization and all of the 74 First Nations. It is an honor to witness this. This is such an important event in the creation, in the ongoing safety of our band membership, whether on or off reserve. So I acknowledge the work that has to be done. Of course, we're down the road, as I said before, Kausas, we're going to be watching and seeing how it's done here so we can start doing that back home with your relatives to the east. So I want to, again, thank each and every one of you. It's an honor to be here, as I said before. And we look forward to continuing to provide service towards our membership. It's all about the young ones. It's all about the little ones. And the little ones are watching. They're watching what we're doing. Last but not least, I want to acknowledge our great chief, Davida, for the coordination you've done today, Chief Fabian, Chief Mark, and of course all the rest. Again, we thank you again, and we look forward to developments in this exciting road that you're taking us on. I will say, hi, have a great day. Hi.
Thank you once again. Check. The batteries are going dead. Another phone. Check. Once again, thank you. The batteries are going dead. Check. Once again, thank you very much there, Chief, Vice Chief Dutch Laurent. We're going to go to our next speaker here, ladies and gentlemen. We said we're very honored to have this individual here join us here from Regina, the city of Regina. We're going to call Mayor Chad Berczynski to come and say a few words on behalf of the city of Regina that is so close here to where some of our urban members live. So once again, let's give him a big round of applause. Mayor Chad Berczynski.
Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for welcoming me here.
Another one works.
I appreciate all the
batteries are going
the honor to call the chief, but I heard that by any means. So I just want to say briefly, I'm so honored to be invited to be here to witness such a historic event with three nations coming together. As mentioned, Regina being a closed city, not only a closed city to all nations, but Regina is home to many members of all nations in our great province and in our country. And so, for me, I think this is imperative that we build these relationships, show up for each other, and as Chief Jeremy said, we're in a world where collaboration matters and showing up matters, and being together matters. So the fact that we're all here together, celebrating such a historic event and a historic coming together is imperative to help us move forward together and build the communities that we all want to see in our cities, in our communities, in our province, and in our country. So thank you again for having me. I am ever so grateful for being here and look forward to this historic event. Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much for His Worship Mayor Chad Berczynski. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, as Nations people, as First Nations people, we'd like to gift our visitors and our guests. They said we'd like to honor the speakers, but we had forgot. We're going to honor Chad Berczynski, Mayor Chad Berczynski, on behalf of the Tri-Nation committee here. We're going to gift them this blanket, as Chief Mark Fox had said. This is a gift in itself here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gifting them this blanket and this beautiful smudge bowl. Let's give them a big round of applause, our Tri-Nation Committee. Nicole? They need you over there. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we got to take care of some more stuff here. We'd like to thank these young individuals for helping us out here and organizing all this here. Trina Sear from Pasqua First Nation, Charity Piapot representing Muscowpetung, and Councillor Nicole Crow representing Piapot. We're going into our gift giving here. We're going to call these individuals up here to honor them with a blanket and a smudge bowl on behalf of the Tri-Nation Committee. As they get ready, I believe our first one we are going to call. We're going to call first Chief Melissa Tavida. You can just stay down there. She's receiving a blanket, a smudge bowl, and a sweater on behalf of the Tri-Nation Committee. Next, we're going to call Chief Fox from Piapot First Nation. He too will also be getting a blanket, a hoodie, and a smudge bowl. Up next, we're going to call Chief Fabian Ironeagle from the Pasqua First Nation. Windy, yeah? We just got 3 more presentations and then we're going to go to the signing. And then we're just going to give everybody else after. I don't want to take up too much time. Our next presentation, we're going to call back again from FHQ, Tribal Chief Jeremy Forhorn. From the FSIN, we're going to call forth Vice Chief Dutch Leroy. Chad Brzezinski, the mayor of Regina, if you're still here, Mapizan, would like to gift you Chad Brzezinski. Oh, yes, we already gave him one. Sorry, I apologize. So once again, there's many important people here, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to be gifting as the day continues here. We're going to acknowledge some people here too as well. But we wanted to gift these people here, are very important people, the chiefs. Although you are all very important, we said, well, we don't want to take up too much time. So we're going to gift you individually here after we're done signing the MOU. So don't go anywhere yet. We still got lots left. We got a lot of gift giving. We also have a barbecue that's going to be happening here. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time. How many of you are excited to come here and witness the history of the MOU signing, the Memorandum of Understanding for our community initiative on the Tri-Nation? We're going to go to that now. So photographers, camera, media people, come on over here. Councillors, come and stand here if you want to join your chiefs in the signing of the MOU. Mapiza, Nastam, come on over. We'll get our chiefs. They were each gifted with a pen here, ladies and gentlemen, at the last meeting. They saved those pens to be able to sign this Memorandum of Understanding. So they're using those pens that were gifted to them to sign this. Who wants to sign first? DeVito? Same order? Same order. Or everybody at once? So once again, council members, you can come behind the chiefs here. There's a lot of stage up here. So ladies and gentlemen, they're all going to sign at once. I'm going to count to 100. I'm going to count to 3, and then all the chiefs will sign at once here. Everybody, are you ready? Chiefs, are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Burl, pass your hat over.
Once again, this Memorandum of Understanding is going to go to each nation, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be in the band halls, the band offices that you have that we signed up there. They also have one that was made just specifically for this year, which will be hosted on the Muscowpetung Nation. They each have their own copy, so they'll be taking it back to the community in recognition of the day here and the understanding that we came together to create a community safety initiative between the 3 nations. Once again, let's give all our nations a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have some lunch here, and then right after lunch, we're going to ask the 3 chiefs to bring us some closing remarks. So anybody wants some lunch, they can go on over there. Oh yeah, we got to do gifts.
Hi, I just want to, we're going to give a couple other gifts away here. As soon as you guys get settled here.
Okay, once again, we have some gifts here on behalf of Chief Fox. He said, I had some individuals on behalf of the Tri-Nation. He said, I had some individuals join us here today and we're very honored. We'd like to call Raquel Borgen, Deputy Minister of Social Services, to come on over here and receive some gifts. Rochelle Borgen. Thank you for coming, Chief. Love you. Might as well give Dean one too, then, Dean Laurent? Dean Laurent, yeah. Love you, Chief. Love you, Chief. Thank you. We'd like to call our next distinguished guest, Toby Eberhardt, Assistant Deputy Minister for Social Services. We'd like to call one of our guests here, the Chief of Police from the File Hills Police Service, Chief Dean Lara. Who else? You have anybody? We have lots of gifts. I need you over there, Chief. Anybody else? Pasqua, you want to give Nora one? Nora? We'd like to call from the RCMP, Nora Medill. Come and receive a gift on behalf of the Tri-Nation Committee, Nora Medill. Is it Sergeant? Constable? Constable Nora Medill. We'd like to call the Muscowpetung Council to come and receive a gift. And then you guys are.
No, Pasqua first. We don't do pictures with them, do we?
No, you don't have to, man, not with that. But if you want to do your own council, you can.
Nah.
You used to be able to tell them what to do. Check. I'd like to call forth the Piapot Council to come and receive a gift. Yeah, she's taking a picture of her. Is dinner ready over there? Does anybody know? Dinner ready?
I'll get a picture with you.
Yeah.
There's that over there.
So you got a meeting in town too?
Supposed to be at 1:30. I think we have. He didn't come here because he's going here.
Oh,
He could have made cold.
yeah.
Usually out of blankets.
Everybody but Sheldon. Are they out of blankets? I hope not. They said they had enough. She got some more back there anyway.
This is you're selling a woman one.
Yeah. Everybody but Sheldon.
See that when you call him up?
Okay. Check. I'll see what he says. I'd like to call right after we're done here the Pasqua Council from Sheldon down to come receive a gift. Chief said. Chief.
Lindsay doesn't want a blanket, he wants a
Don't forget our little warrior of
Yeah.
1970.
1970. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank each and every one of you. We're going to call Melissa Tavita. Then right after that, we're going to have some lunch. You all stick around and enjoy, ask questions, find out what's happening. And we also have that timeline here. If you want to know a little bit of history of the Tri-Nation, the timeline is also out there. You can ask your council what their plans are.
picture for
Oh, yeah. All three nations, they said we'd like to get a picture with all three nations, including the council too as well. So don't go anywhere yet. We'll let you guys eat and then we'll come back with some closing remarks and that'll conclude our day. As I was saying, ask your council what's their plans, what they would see. I'd like to thank working with Trina Sear, Charity Tapetat, Nicole Crow, and all the nations for bringing this together here. I was the only male on that committee, and all I did was shake my head yes. I said, I'll see what I can do. So once again, all of council, Pasqua, Muscowpetung, and Piapot, we would like to get you all a picture. So maybe Eric, if you're around, come on over this way. Eric.
Everyone right here.
Yeah, we're gonna move. I'm gonna move these. We're gonna put the flags behind us. Okay.
We should give a blanket to our pipe. Bruce and
Bruce, Jeremy, and Olive, you want to come on over here? We'd also like to gift you. We're going to put. Maybe we should put some on top here too, eh?
Get them to sit here.
Oh, yeah.
And then the chiefs up here.
Okay.
The chiefs will put them on the stage. Pasqua's flag too. Maybe what we should do with these is put 2 and 2. Oh, right there. Yeah. Here's what we'll do, Chris. Take this. Hold it for a sec.
Yeah.
We'll move one eagle staff here.
Yeah.
And another eagle staff there. And then those two go in the middle, and then we got to put Pasquas in there too, though, somewhere.
So I'll grab that bigger one and just bring it,
Yeah.
and then I'll put it in behind it.
Yeah, okay.
In 1 second.
Okay, 3 councils and the chiefs, we're going to take a picture here, and then we're all going to eat meat. So,
Okay, put Pasqua maybe over here, right in the middle there. You could squeeze in there, right? Chief Dutch Lara, we need you over here, Dutch Lara. I know, hang on. So once again, if you were gifted a blanket and you want to keep your box, you can come on over here. We still have your boxes over here. Tribal Chief, we need you over here. Jeremy Fourhorns, if you're still here, Tribal Chief. Okay, before you guys go anywhere, we forgot, we got to do that honor song for the signing of the MOU. So Kelvin, I apologize. We're going to go to these young group here from the Piapot, Chief Piapot, sing us that honor song on behalf of the signing of the MOU. That slipped my mind, so he's got to stay there. You can please rise once again, ladies and gentlemen, as they go to Chief Piapot School Youth Drum Group for that honor song, a humble set. That's a nice picture. That's a nice picture right now. Nice picture, eh? Okay, that looks nice though, eh? Thank you very much, Chief Piapot Youth Group. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Also, if you need your boxes, they're over here for your blankets. You can come and grab your. All right, we're going to eat, I do believe, and then we're going to close some remarks here from our chiefs before they head out to their next meetings. Okay, I'm ready. They said dinner will be ready in about 5 minutes. So you're welcome to stay for dinner. Melissa, we don't have to close it. We got to dance these out though. You're going to eat first and then? Okay, we're going to have some lunch and we're going to take out these Eagle staffs here. Okay, well, we're going to call our dancers. Come on back here. We're going to retire our Eagle staffs here, ladies and gentlemen. Increased Spirit, be standing by. We're going to come to you to dance out one push-up of our flag song and then dance us right out. That's part of our protocol here, ladies and gentlemen. When we bring them in, we got to take them back out. So we're going to do that before we go into our lunch. So Increased Spirit, once again, stand by. Dancers, also, we need to come by. Flag carriers, come on over. We need your help too as well. We can do it by ourselves. Yeah, you can. Eagle staff people, come on over. Increased Spirit, stand by for a one and out if you can. Drew Wagner, I know him. I used to work with his wife. Still here with us. We ask you to please rise in honor of the Tri-Nation Eagle staffs that we have here that are going to carry us forth this day forth to a safer community, to unity, to strengthening. We ask no tawinan kanawimanan agwasewiminan to protect us and bless us in a good way as we carry forth this initiative, the Tri-Nation Community Safety Initiative. But without further ado, we're going to go back to Increased Spirit for that one and out. Anytime you're ready there, boys, a humboy side. Nickamo. Thank you very much there to each and every one of you. Once again, thank you to our Tri-Nation Committee, our chiefs, for bringing us together here. We're going to eat now. So once again, thank you to each and every one of you. Until we see you again. Who? Shoot. I'll just follow up here. check, check. Drew Wagner, if you're still with us, come on over here. Drew Wagner. I apologize. We have a gift for you too as well, Drew Wagner. I apologize. I know you're just going to give it to your wife anyway.